This is Josh. Got Braden with me here, Dirt Court Jesters podcast. We're going to try something new in the off season. We're going to call it Hot Laps. The first episode of Hot Laps is going to be a reaction video of the 1990 Knoxville Nationals. Now, I don't know that I've ever seen this completely through, number one. Number two, I know with the Doug Wolfgang photo here at the beginning of the video that they had some car issues and he came from like the D main, I think, and made a hell of a run in the A. And I'm pretty sure I know who the winner is. But I'm not 100% sure. I don't think I've seen this race all the way through. And I know Braden hasn't seen it because Braden was not even a twinkle in my eye at that point in my life. In 1990, I would have been 9. So it's been a while. But we're going to just test this out and see how it goes. Hopefully you guys like it and we can do some more of these. Without further ado, let's check out the 1990 Knoxville Nationals.
They found the overheating and the hot foot problem. It was traced to a small oil leak that was easily fixed. That car is fit and ready to go. It will start toward the back. In fact, the next to the last row on the inside will be Wolfgang.
Got to get to Knoxville. Look at the crowd. The crowd is always like that at Knoxville. I'm going to get there one of these days, and it's going to be a blast. Steve Kinzer and Mark Kinzer on the front row. Oh, man. Stevie Smith, Bobby Allen in the second row. I mean, Bobby Davis Jr., Sammy Swindell, Joe Gertie, Danny Lasowski, Ronnie Daniels, Andy Hillenberg. I'm just repeating what the announcer said.
Yeah.
Dave Blaney there in the 7C. Don Kreitz Jr. and Danny Smith in row 8. 30 laps here. Mike Peters. Any names you're recognizing, Braden?
None of them.
Not any of them?
Not a single
Not Steve
one.
Kinzer, not Mark Kinzer, not
Well,
Steve Swindell.
Steve Kinzer, but that's probably about it.
Greg Hotnett, Johnny Herrera.
Steve Kinzer is the person I heard of.
Okay. All right.
They are underway. The biggest race of the year in sprint car racing is happening. 30 laps on the half mile in Knoxville.
You could hear the crowd over the car. Man, that's wild.
Steve Kinzer has problems. Mark Kinzer leads, but Steve suddenly.
Mark Kinzer was so fast. Oh, man.
No power to the rear wheel. And look at the Wolf coming up through the back. The Wolf on the outside, giving it everything he's got. He is right now closing on 1X, Ronnie Daniels.
I think one thing I'm taking away from this is the streaming is great.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, I think the camera work here in 1990, I think it's better.
Yeah.
That was 34 years ago.
Yeah, I enjoy this type of camera.
Just incredible. The Kinzer fans, the Kinzer family are just stunned by this. All right.
I don't know if they've taken some banking out of Knoxville or not, but it looks to me like the turns are a bit more banked.
Yeah.
That could also be a camera from 1990. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's Gray and Wolf on the outside, riding high, trying to get around both of them. But Steve Kinzer mounting a bit of a comeback of his own as he's challenging 17E.
So far, have you noticed anything that stands out to you? 1990 race, 34 years ago, sprint car racing, Knoxville.
I mean, it's just the camera, but like from these years of modern racing and how they vlog, you can see the numbers on the cars. But with this type of camera, it's hard to tell what the numbers on the cars are.
Okay. What about the racing? Have you noticed anything about the racing? Do you notice anything about the cars? Do you think the cars look similar? Do you think they look a lot different?
Cars look a little bit different because the wings look more like straight instead of like at an angle like you see on these cars.
Okay. Anything else standing out?
Yeah. Well,
You're back at it.
Finally, Steve Kinzer seems to be back in form after some really shocking developments here, and now is on the move again. But he's got a long, long way to make up.
And he's also got a cousin up front who's upholding the family tradition, leading this thing in part.
But for 10th place, we got a real wrestling match between Chris East, Terry Gray, Wolfgang, Johnny Craig Jr.'s moved in there, as has Andy Ellenberg. All 5 of those automobiles packed together in a struggle for that position.
So I'm not sure how many laps they're at, but I think he was just saying that they're fighting for 10th, and that means Wolfgang's come from like 23rd or 24th to 10th already. Mark Kinzer leads from the green. Still leading. Kinzer having trouble at the beginning. He's fighting back.
Kinzer relentless now. There is none better than Wolfgang and Kinzer when they are in the back of the field, both trying to move ahead. Both of them.
You can hear the crowd.
All right, and here is for the 7th spot. Kinzer's got
Man, that's wild.
And he took it away from Danny Smith in the number 56 car. Now, back up front here, cheerleader 5M. The blue and white car of Mark Kinzer. Behind him in the 2nd spot, 1A, scrubby Bobby Allen. He has lapped Tommy Estes Jr.
I think the overall production, the overall shots with the video is good here. I think what it's lacking is what we get today is we get those close-up shots. We get better.
yeah.
Like, you know, the qualities, I mean, video quality in 34 years changed significantly. So
They also didn't have drones back then. And they use drones today, so to get those close-up shots.
For win number 6, that is Doug Wolfgang riding high on turn number 4, down the front straightaway. He is closing in on Steve Kinzer.
wow,
There's your leader, Mark Kinzer in the 5.
Kinzer was in 7th.
Yeah.
Race for 2nd. Bobby Allen in the 1A and the black number 1.
Oh, such a nice car. That black number 1 is Sammy Swindell.
And we understand that Steve Kinzer will be pitted. Let's see if
Oh.
the 11th car comes in.
Okay.
Smoke out of Swindell.
Bring some memories back of what I've recalled from this race. It's not looking good. You don't want to see that smoke coming out of the back of the car. I don't know. They've got to be over halfway at this point. Kinzer's out. Wolfgang was at least in 7th.
Halfway through.
I don't think this has been edited either. I think this has been green the entire time.
It has. Which is different.
Bobby Allen is holding him off, and the smoke continues to percolate out of the right side of that engine in Sammy Swindell's automobile. Whether it's a breather, a loose oil line, whatever it is, it doesn't seem to bother him down the straight, Steve, in certain parts of the racetrack. And then all of a sudden we'll get a big puff of smoke, especially as he seems to go down the front straightaway.
That's right, but how long before, with a leak like that, you consume the oil pressure goes to 0, and you blow the motor up. All right, here is Doug Wolfgang. He is now in the 8th position.
8th position.
1 and 8. Boy, that is well, he said earlier, I'll take what I can get.
I don't know if he started 23rd or 24th. I feel like it's
Towards the back.
somewhere. He's up to 8th already.
That's crazy.
Not only is it, it's not only is it crazy in general. I think he's up to 7th now.
Yeah.
And this has been green the entire time.
Wow. I've never seen a single person ever do that.
Wolfgang's on a rail. Oh, he wants a caution.
Remember, he told Gary that it was getting hot in that automobile, that they were worried about temperature, and it could be that that oil leak is starting to come back again.
That's right. That may well be a recurring problem. And the
Oh,
yellow is out.
there's the
Oh.
yellow.
Dave Blaney is slowing on
Dave
the first
Blaney
straight, right
slows
under the starters
Doug
in the
Wolfgang.
7C car.
Maybe he's looking for it. Maybe he's not.
Wolfgang
He's got
needs
smoke
caution,
coming out of
but
the
you
car
body
like
for it.
Sammy
Yeah,
had.
Dave Blaney did.
They're also saying
like-
that he had like an oil leak and thinking it's coming. He has it again.
Well,
So that could hurt him.
He had a good week here in Knoxville, but it appears to be over for him at this point. There is your leader, Mark Kinzer, coasting along. A little smoke from Mark as well.
Oh,
Golly.
that's
That's
not
a
good.
handful of cars.
Race cars come apart like this, but now we've
That's
got
they say the
race smoke
big half
out
miles.
there. And there's
Better have a
Gary
good
chasing
motor.
down Steve Kinzer.
Well, Steve, it's been great for so many years in Knoxville, but not this time. What happened? Because it looked like you were just going backward from the green.
Well, I took off and the mag went bad or something the first lap, and the more gas you try to give it, it wouldn't go. It just something happened right on the very start. I think the car was working perfect. I don't think it'd have been any race to it, but don't matter. It's over with. We didn't make it.
You think Mark has got enough muscle that he can hang on and win this thing now?
No, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really watch.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, if Steve
I'm sure
Kinzer
Steve
had a
loved that
chance
question.
to watch it, be concerned about his cousin because smoke started coming out of that engine, and it's still coming out of it. As soon as the yellow was displayed, there's Mark Kinzer. He will be the leader when again we go to green. But there is something indeed wrong with that car. In fact, as Brock said, we've got, oh my goodness, he is stopping that car. That young man is furious.
Oh.
It is obvious by his actions that that car is done for the night. He had the world's most
I
important
didn't know
sprint car
this.
race within his grasp.
Wow.
It has
That
escaped him. Mark
sucks.
Kinzer is out.
I mean, Blaney looks like he went out because of a motor
When
issue.
we
We know
come
Steve
back
Kinzer
from
went
the
out because of his
Knoxville
motor. It
Nationals.
looks like Mark
Mark-
Kinzer's going out because of his motor. Wow.
Jeez.
Who could have possibly predicted this? The start of this race, that both the front row starters, both members of the famed
Yeah.
Kinzer family, would fall out.
Looked like he could hold on and won that race too.
Led from the green flag. I don't see any reason why he couldn't.
Right, it was past halfway.
Under caution, the car stalled.
That's
on the
another car out.
straightaway, and
That
he
moves
is out of
Wolfgang
the
up to,
race.
like,
And
sixth
another
now.
potential
Sixth or fifth.
casualty, Steve Evans, the second place car.
Bobby Allen leading, Sammy Swindell in
is
second.
also smoking.
Absolutely.
Smith
He's
in
just
third.
behind Bobby Allen. Is that smoke sapping the horsepower? It doesn't appear to be so. It's just a leak of some kind, but Sammy's going to have to deal with it as the green is out. Bobby Allen, Sammy Swindell running 1 and 2. Stevie Smith
In the fans.
Jeez.
Man, that is awesome.
9 laps to go.
Okay, the 1A, Scruffy, Bobby Allen, the original outlaw.
Kind of weird seeing Knoxville without the Brian Clausen Tower there outside of 2.
And Sammy Swindell, also the customary rim rider, up on top, up against the marbles on the cushion,
Oh.
trying the long way around. So it's two opposing styles. of
Go get him.
driving here, and right now it's Bobby Allen.
Bobby Allen running the bottom.
With over $35,000.
Sammy up top. Is he gonna catch him? 7 to go.
7.
Bobby running that bottom reminds me of Jacob running the bottom in 2024. I think he's going to get some big wins this year.
Is holding on to a strong lead.
So it's Bobby Allen indeed leads. The smoking Sammy
I don't think he's
Swindell
got it, and he's smoking.
down into the pit where Gary Terrell has
Oh.
another chip.
Mark, I know you've never had a better opportunity to win the biggest race of your career. What ended your night?
I believe we blew a motor just there about 2 laps before that last yellow started to vibrate. I thought, dear God, don't let there be a yellow. I didn't know how many laps were left, but we might have been able to struggle to about a third place finish. But on a yellow, when you snap back on the gas on a motor like this, it's real hard on him, and on the back stretch, it just split on.
Disappointing night. Thank you for talking with us.
Thank you.
Steve, and it's the highest quality equipment in sprint car racing.
All right, we're going to pause it there and just kind of talk like we've been doing. Anything else jumping out at you? We talked about it a little bit earlier, talking about the cameras, but the race itself, the cars itself, anything stand out to you in the last couple of years? You've started going to more races with me, helped out with Hunter Maddox this year.
Yeah.
Anything jumping out at you right now?
More cars are smoking and engines are like just quitting on them, and you don't see that as much. Motors quitting on them.
Yeah, it happens. It happens, but they've definitely gotten better in building motors, but they also cost a heck of a lot more than they used to. Let's get back to this and see how this race finishes.
The drivers down tonight. There, the quiet car of Mark Denton. Nothing quiet about Bobby Allen. The black car still runs away from Bobby Allen.
Seeking his second Knoxville Nationals victory. As suddenly a charge to the front by a smoking black number 1 driven by Sammy Swindell. And now he's moved out to
still can hear that crowd. 3 laps to go.
I don't know. I'll see him. His car's holding on. I thought he was falling back. He takes the lead. Oh, man, this is big. 2 to go, side by side for the Knoxville Nationals. That's what you love to see. Back stretch. Bobby pushes up a little bit.
Man, that crowd. Still going at it. Oh.
Come on, let's see if he's got it. Hey, the motor held on this long.
Yep.
He's got half a lap to get there. It's not happening.
No.
Bobby Allen, scruffy.
Yeah.
Win.
That crowd, though.
That's just it's one of those, man. Fifth place finish for Doug Wolfgang. He started in the last row.
Yeah,
They had
that's
one caution.
one caution. Green flags almost all races except for that one caution.
Wild. I mean, Bobby Allen gets the win. Sammy Swindell in second. Motor held up. Stevie Smith would round out the podium. Doug Wolfgang
Fifth.
from last to fifth.
It's crazy.
Wild.
In 3 or 4 cars, the engines just quit on them. They're in the halfway.
I don't,
Like 25 laps.
been wanting to say
15.
I want to get to Knoxville. This doesn't change anything. I mean, I think the Knoxville Nationals that I always think of, and I would imagine a lot of people think of, is Jason Johnson getting the win. I mean, Bobby Allen gets the win. Big win there. Sammy thought he might have had something, but I think that he didn't have enough. What a race. Cool to hear the fans in the background. Doug Wolfgang drives it to the front. Man, if Steve or Mark Kinzer could have held on, how would that have changed the outcome of the race? I mean, very good finish there.
Yeah.
Last couple laps, side by side. I mean, what more can you ask for when it comes to
Right.
dirt track racing? If we get a side by side race for the win, especially something like the Kings Royal or Knoxville Nationals or the National Open, the big crown jewels, can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah.
Well, this is the first, hopefully, of many, the Dirt Court Jesters podcast, trying out our off-season hot laps and the reaction video of the 1990 Knoxville Nationals. I got to say, before I let you go, this was selected in part because we put out some feelers to see if anybody would be interested. And when we did that, we got a couple people to chime in. One of them being Jim Inman. Yep, I said that right. Jim Inman. He asked for the 1990 Knoxville Nationals, so that's why we did it first. He's also asked for some other races. We're going to get on those as well. If anybody else, Jim, if you got another race you want us to check out, let me know. Hit me up. You can find us on Facebook now. We're on X as well. Also on YouTube, Spotify. We wrapped up the season of the podcast. We'll start that back up probably end of January.
Towards the beginning of the season.
And end of January, just to get ready for February in Florida and the beginning of the dirt racing seasons, particularly with the sprint cars. And as always, in January, on with Dirt Tracks and Rubracks, Charlie and Bunner will be going over the schedule releases. So until next time, hit me up, leave a message on X, on Facebook, on YouTube. If you got some requests for some hot laps this off season, we'd be more than happy to check them out. Josh, Braden with the Dirt Court Jesters. We hope to see you guys at the track.